That was a particularly awful and distasteful intervention from Parliament's most prominent landlady, Annette King. Mr. Speaker, you know, the truth is, if you can't run your own caucus, then you simply can't hope to run the country, and it's as simple as that. And if you're working hard around the traps, as we do on the national side of Parliament day after day, the message is coming back to us loud and clear, day after day after day. What on earth are Labour up to? Have they not learned a thing since the last time they were in government? Because the very moment that we get a lift in the economy, and that's thanks to John Key and Bill English, Labour just want to start spending the money all over again. So, Mr. Speaker, just a couple of weeks into the new year, and Labour and the Greens have promised to spend the thick end of $750 million a year. And that was just their spending promises in January. That was just January. $750 million of extra spending. That's Labour and the Greens. But even with his rather transparent election bribes, Mr. Cunliffe simply can't get it right. So do you remember his baby bonus policy? Baby bribe bonus policy, thank you. Well, it certainly sounded very generous. In fact, I was almost contemplating restarting my family. I mean, it's never too late. I could have done with it, but anyway, certainly sounded really generous, and he certainly let the media think so. In fact, they printed all their lines, got offside with them, of course, after that. But read the fine print, and it ended up just being a little bit tricky. And then he blamed his staff.
Did he?
Oh, what a guy. He got found out for being tricky with his policy. What did he do? Did he front up like a man? Did he front up like a true leader? Did he what? What did he do? He blamed his staff. Ah, how appalling. Gosh, no wonder they're all leaving. It must be absolutely gutting to have Shane Jones hogging the media for, how long has it been? Nearly a week with Shane Jones hogging the media. There must be a lot of those in the Labour caucus with absolutely sinking hearts. Do you think in their heart of hearts that they are beginning to realise that once again they have just chosen the wrong guy? Well, the latest Fairfax poll has Labour at around 30%. That's 1 off 29. That's not very good, and that's no better. And that's no better than under David Shearer. So, look, over the other side of the House, they must be really worried. You're right, their heads are down. So, you know what? New Zealanders just aren't stupid. They can see what they would get under a Labour Greens government. What they'd get is they'd get the big spending promises, which means big borrowing, which means big taxes, which of course they'd give back to us as welfare, and policies which will utterly shut down the productive sector. So mining, agriculture, fisheries will all have this great big green sanctimonious hand come right down on top of them with policies which are centred around on what they cannot do anymore for the New Zealand economy. They both want less competition in the energy market. So obviously electricity prices will go up, and obviously investment will go down. And they will implement an emissions trading scheme which will put household energy bills up by how much? $500 a year. $500 a year. What they should be talking about, what this government is talking about, is growing the economy, creating new jobs, getting the crime rate down, getting more bang for your buck from our public services, getting more elective surgeries, getting welfare dependency down, getting more kids leaving school qualified so they can get further training and have the brighter future that they're having under this government.
Andrew Williams.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. In this Parliament today as Veterans Affairs spokesperson for New Zealand